Hello from Germany. My name is Ursula Kampmann. I feel very honored to speak to you today, and I'm very sorry that I cannot be in Singapore in person. I want to share with you a few thoughts on a sustainable policy of issuance. But before we get to the main topic, I want to emphasize one thing. The market we are experiencing right now is booming. It has never been easier to earn money with coins. Clients buy anything as long as they think it will protect their savings from inflation. In the long run, many of these purchases will turn out to be very bad investments. Because one day this boom will end too. So did the boom of the 1970s. It was followed by the slump of the 1980s. Coin buyers lost up to 90% of the original price, selling their coins on the secondary market. This had a severe impact. Most mints lost a lot of clients, and the numbers of sales declined dramatically. So please never forget that the boom we are experiencing now will end at some point. No one can tell whether that will be in 5 years or tomorrow. What we do know for sure is that only those mints will survive that pursue a sustainable issuance policy and have the support of their government. That's why it's so important to keep the government happy. For me, this means that it's of utmost importance that coin designs are not exclusively shaped according to the wishes of marketing departments, but focus on the ideals and symbols. In short, the self-representation of one's country. It's also important to achieve long-term and solid cost coverage of your mint's work. In this context, soundness is far more important than quick profits, which could raise unrealistic expectations at government agencies. Environmental and ethical issues are just as important in the long run, for we must keep in mind that there is one quick solution for every mint scandal: shut the mint down. I could say much more about this topic, but I only have 15 minutes. Therefore, let's focus on a sustainable policy of issuance concerning our most important stakeholders, potential coin buyers. I deliberately do not speak of collectors, because today collectors do not represent any more the major part of those who buy contemporary coins. Not every coin buyer is a collector. We call a coin buyer only a collector if he does not need any extrinsic reason to buy a coin. Collectors have the intrinsic urge to buy everything they define to be part of their field of collection, as long as their budget allows them to. Having a pool of collectors should be the dream of any mint, because it means that you no longer have to worry about steady sales. But who buys coins besides collectors? Today we can distinguish between 5 groups: investors, speculators, gift shoppers, souvenir shoppers, and fans. That we are having these boom years is caused by investors. Those who cannot afford real estate, gold ingots, or work of art do appreciate coins made of gold, silver, and platinum as small-scale investment. Investors expect their coins to possess one single feature: to retain their value. Those who do not focus on value retention but on short-term return are called speculators. This group does not expect every coin to increase in value, but at least some of them. In return, they are okay with other pieces losing in values. Those who purchase a coin as a valuable gift do expect too that this coin will retain its value, while souvenir shoppers and fans are driven by emotion and do not care about the value. They focus on the coin design, and that's a problem because these two groups only buy objects that are specifically tailored to their expectations. They aren't interested in other products, and that's why it's impossible to turn fans or souvenir shoppers into collectors. Please keep in mind that fans and souvenir shoppers are casual customers who take a lot of effort to attract and can hardly be retained. Investors and speculators aren't loyal clients likewise. They buy wherever they believe to get the best value for their money. In contrast, gift purchasers and collectors are loyal customers as long as you act sustainable. Due to the short time available, I will focus what this means when it comes to collectors. I will explain it based on some case studies. Let's start with a long forgotten example, the German Olympic coins of 1972. They were classic commemorative coins, which means that uncirculated pieces could be bought for face value and enter circulation. They contained some precious metal as an additional incentive to keep and collect them. The profit a government can make by issuing classic commemorative coins is rather low. The seigniorage is the difference between production cost and face value only. Nevertheless, the German Olympic coins generated profits of 125 million euros, covering part of the cost of the Munich Olympics. This was due to the fact that the incredible amount of 100 million pieces were minted and sold. Just imagine if any mint planned something like this again. Everybody would predict an epic failure. But in 1972 it wasn't a failure. Why? First of all, the access was easy. You could buy the coins at your local bank for face value. A lot of collectors and non-collectors did and put them away, because all journals were writing about these coins and their potential rise in value. Second, these coins kept their face value and could be spent everywhere. Most people never did spend them. Third, a small proportion of those coin buyers continued to buy commemorative coins. But when you think of the millions of pieces sold, the numbers were rather impressive. Those were the days Germany became a nation of coin collectors. Last but not least, journals had reported worldwide about the German Olympic coins financing Olympia. This resulted in Olympic coins becoming a really hot field of collection. Let's summarize. The German Olympic coins of 1972 made quite a profit. The 5 German mints produced large quantities of coins without investing in expensive technical equipment. Plus, the number of collectors increased after the coins were issued. That's what I call a sustainable product. So let's see who ruined this field of collecting by making a marketing dream come true. Ask any person in the business. They will tell you that customers are looking for coins fulfilling 3 requirements: featuring a highly popular topic, being struck in a low mintage, and showing some technical innovation. When it comes to these requirements, the Royal Canadian Mint and the Royal Mint had met all of them. For the 2010 Winter Olympics in Canada, respectively the 2012 Summer Olympics in London, they produced a huge amount of issues developing special products for tourists with very large, and for speculators with very small mintages. They forgot just about one basic fact. A serious collector wants to have the possibility of acquiring all coins that belong to his field of collection. If these coins exceed his budget, he will give up this field of collection completely. And that's what happened. On the occasion of the Vancouver Olympics, gold coins with a total weight of more than 160 ounces of gold were issued. For the London Olympics, gold coins of more than 40 ounces of gold were produced, plus silver coins, plus all the other coins made of base metal. You can do the math yourself. Olympic coins were not longer collected because nobody could afford them anymore. People may now buy them as a souvenir, but all those investors who expect a rise in collector's value for their Olympic coins will be disappointed one day. Considering the final result, I would call this unsustainable. The Munich example has been repeatedly imitated. Selling commemorative coins for face value is thought to be the best method of winning new collectors. But be careful. Here's another example from the Royal Canadian Mint. In 2011, the Royal Canadian Mint started its program called 20 for 20. For $20, customers could buy an attractive $20 coin featuring popular topics like Superman or Starship Enterprise made of 1 ounce of silver. This coin was pitched as an investment as the silver price was rising. This was a bad mistake because as soon as the silver price dropped, many buyers decided to use their coins for payment purposes. And here comes the second mistake. These coins were what the Canadian Mint calls non-circulating legal tender. Their owners found out how difficult it was to get rid of them at face value. 20 for 20 didn't generate a lot of new collectors, but 1,000 loyal collectors realized for the very first time that Canadian commemorative coins could not circulate in Canada. This resulted in tremendous PR damages. In addition, there was also a considerable financial loss. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation quantified it at $17 million for 2016. So anything but sustainable. Let's end with a good idea of the US Mint, which turned out to become a PR disaster. In 2020, the US Mint issued 1,945 gold eagles, featuring a tiny countermark on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. Normally, US commemorative gold coins are issued with a mintage of 100,000 specimens. Therefore, everybody understood that the price of these coins, $2,600, was a bargain. When the sale started, 390,000 potential customers tried to buy such a coin. A few of those who succeeded put their pieces on eBay on the very same day. They asked for up to $20,000. By now, the price settled at about $12,000. That's almost 5 times the purchase price. Nevertheless, the project turned into a PR disaster. The reason was that 1,945 lucky buyers were counted by more than 380,000 angry collectors. They started a shitstorm. At this point, the US Mint is not affected by this range because every lost collector was replaced by several investors and even more speculators. However, I wonder what will happen once the coin market isn't booming anymore. Therefore, I consider the sustainability of this action rather questionable. The result of what I said is actually pretty simple, and all of you would have known it without this presentation. Never let your actions be guided by greed. The fine art of pursuing a sustainable issuance policy is to remain realistic when you have to estimate how many people are interested in a coin. And please tailor your coin designs to the end customer and your government. If your government supports you and your end customer loves your coins, you will survive any crisis that might come. Thank you for your attention.